Hello and welcome to another video. Today a little bit different. Today we have a B350 PC made from MSI. This is an AM4 board. This board came to me for non-working Ethernet. So this board starts up, works just as it should, but we have Ethernet connected here, and this is a known good source of Ethernet. And if we go into our Windows now, you can see in the bottom right, we have no Ethernet connection. There's no driver necessary or anything like that for it to work. But I want to show you what I found why this board has not working Ethernet. And now we are under our microscope. This is our first PCIe slot. This is the model number if you need it. And what I found was this. It was very obvious to the naked eye that there are components missing, because as you also can see, there are not only the component is missing, but these three traces have been ripped off as well. And if we now go into our board view, and now we are in our board view, and as you can see, we go to the main PCIe slot. We go to this one, and this is our missing component. This is responsible for the reset line and more or less the enable for the Ethernet. So this is an AND gate, a dual input AND gate that is missing, and we now get to rebuild these tracks that are missing, which are these three down here. One is ground, one is an input from the PCH and from there, and the other one comes from this resistor, this 0 ohm resistor right here. And the big question now remains, how can stuff like this happen? I can tell you how this happens. This happens from very heavy GPUs, from big GPUs that people struggle to get out of the PCIe slot. What very often happens is someone has a graphics card. You have a big graphics card right here. It's inserted. You release the latch, so it should be open, and they pull on this side or on this side, and the latch gets stuck again. Doesn't happen with this small GPU. And then people start prying, trying to get the GPU out. And the same could actually happen when putting the GPU in. When you have a very little space, you often can, with the lower side of the IO shield, scratch the board here in any way, or when pulling it out, because you need to think people are building that inside of a case very often, or most of the time. So they have not they don't have as much space as I have right here to work with, but they are in very small area, and they wiggle the GPU around, and when they're heavy, not like this one, but as soon as you have a chunker like this gets very easy to move components off, and you don't even realize it, because moving the GPU itself is so heavy that you don't even realize that you are somewhere on the board and flipping a component off. And this is only a Vega 64. Like, this isn't even one of the heaviest GPUs. Like, as soon as you go to like 40 series cards, they get even heftier than this one with the coolers. So heavy GPUs are not only killing themselves by sagging with the whole BGA situation, but they are also killing mainboards. And if you've seen other of my videos, you've seen people destroy also mainboards by trying to release this latch with the screwdriver. So there's multiple occasions where people kill their mainboards because of inserting or removing their too heavy, too big GPU. Well, and now let's get under the microscope. I'm going to rebuild those traces, and I'm going to show you as soon as I'm done rebuilding them. And now our component is back in place. As you can see, these two pads at the top were still there, so that wasn't a problem. This one is attached to a wire from here to here. This is ground. This one is attached from this wire here to there. And this one goes from the resistor to there. And now, while I was working, I noticed a single more thing. We have a component missing here. This is a capacitor that was also taken off. I've inspected the area around it, and It does look like there was some damage, but nothing got actually ripped off here. This is all the flux that you can see. Um, so I'm also going to replace this capacitor, and I will see you then. And now our capacitor is in place, and our double AND gate is also in place. And now we're going to build the board back up, and we're going to see if it worked. And now our board is built back up, as you can see. And how fitting could it be to put the giant ass GPU in here as also, so that we can damage it again, right? And as you could already spot in the top right, if we enlarge this, we have working Ethernet now. So this fix was a success. We also have audio from this because there was the capacitor missing. I also tested audio, but that is also working fine. And with that, we have yet another working mainboard, and yet again, it wasn't killed by the component itself, by bad manufacturing or anything, but from user error with someone taking off a component just by accident, of course, while taking out a GPU. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.